Hello and welcome to another episode of Moose's Gear Goo Review. I'm Moose, and today we're doing one that we haven't done before in a while. And that is Spyderco, oh, the Spyderco paramilitary, Spyderco Para 3. Sorry about that, guys. Spyderco Para 3 lightweight. Yes, yes, yes. So this is a knife that I am stoked on, that I have handled and carried, and I have fallen in love. So cutting to the chase, do I recommend this? Heck yeah. I think it's a great EDC option, perfect EDC size and weight. But that being said, let's go over some specs, and we'll get into it very shortly. All right. So the overall length is 7.27 inches. The blade length is 3 inches. The blade thickness is 0.14 inches thick. The blade width is 1.3 inches wide at the widest, or the width. And then the handle length is 4.25, just over 4.25 inches long. The handle thickness is 0.46 inches thick. And the handle width is 1.1 inches from bottom to spine. And then the overall weight, which is very impressive for any sort of Spyderco, is 2.4 ounces. So, yes. Now, the thing that makes this so unique compared to all the other Spyderco knives is the fact that it's part of the lightweight series. And with that, Spyderco has taken some of their more popular models and kind of stripped them down and minimized them in materials and designed to make them more lightweight. So a lot of them are cut in half, or not necessarily cut in half as far as weight, but cut substantially with the different stuff. And usually it has to do with handle materials, as well as like the liners, if it has a full liner or not, as well as switching the pocket clip. But we'll talk about the blade shape. So now this is basically the same profile of a paramilitary, or Para 3, sorry. Same blade shape. We have the kind of straight, I don't even know, drop point. Not even, it's just like a straight knife edge profile that dips down, angles down. You have some flat with a slight belly. It is flat ground, satin finish. You do have that Spyderco spider there. I always thought it looked like a wood tick or something, but whatever. You have the classic spider hole, great for thumb, manual opening, flick, spider flick, whatever. On the front, you have Spyderco with the CTS BD1N. So this is one of the Spydercos with the new BD1N blade steel. You know me, if you watch the channel for a while, I love my BD1 blade steel, but now this is the upgrade BD1N, and it is very nice. I do enjoy it, do like it. This is USA made in Golden, Colorado, USA Earth, and it is an Eric and Sal Glesser design. So father-son collab. You have finger choils that have jimping. I'd say it's like a medium traction jimping. It's not like overly aggressive, but it does lock in really well. And so you have that thumb ramp based around that spidey hole. Yeah, so definitely classic blade shape. You should already be familiar with it. Now the big real deal stuff happening with making this a lightweight comes into the handle. Once again, same profile for the most part, but instead of having G10 handle scales, we have a really well designed polymer FRN handle scale. So it does feel very plasticky compared to like G10. So here's some G10 on here. You can see texture. It just feels a little bit more substantial, where this, it feels plasticky, and it's basically a plastic. But you do get to have this a couple of new designs or features with that. You have the bidirectional texturing, like on a lot of the Delicas and Enduras and stuff, which works great. Really an excellent traction design. With this model specifically, they chamfered the edges all around and rounded them, so you do have a very clean, smooth feel to it. which is really nice. Makes the knife a little bit more comfortable. No real sharp edges on that unless you get inside the track of the spine. It is open flow-through construction for the most part, which I like, as well as for the fact that you can actually kind of see in there if you can. But basically, they got rid of the liner on the one side, and then they have the what do we call it? The lock bar, just long enough. There's just like a thin band of metal that comes through where they cut the compression lock in, and then it's inset into this one scale. So besides having the liners inset here on the one side, and then having the washers on the other side for the smoothness, as well as having the stop pin in there, this is basically all just FRN, which really cuts down the weight. So now the original Para 3 weight was 3.4 ounces. This is 2.4, so they're able to shave off an entire ounce, as well as taking a full metal kind of hourglass clip and putting on their classic wire clip. Cuts a lot of weight. Plus, I just love the deep carry wire clip better. So, yeah, super cool. This does come in a couple different variations. I think you can get like a full serration. You can get a blacked out blade and stuff like that. The general one is a BD1N, and there are some exclusives out there already with different blade steels from a couple of different sites. So you still get a lanyard hold in there, and yeah, other than that, I have carried this around. I have taken it hiking. It does make a really good kind of all-purpose general EDC blade. A lot of utility in here. I like it. I pretty much feel like this hits the sweet spot compared to like a Para 2. Definitely better than a Para 3. I don't like those crazy big blades. And even then, I thought a Para 2 was just a little bit too big. So to hit that 3-inch mark for a lot of you people that might have knife restriction laws, this is definitely one to go for. And for the price, I think it's around $90 right now at the time of this video. I mean, you get classic Spyderco design and engineering, materials, and compression lock. I mean, it's a home run. It is definitely a home run, and definitely up as a contender for one of the better backpacking knives that I usually kind of do a breakdown for. But that being said, it's also one of the best competitors to another very popular knife, the Benchmade Bug Out. So size-wise, you know, blade length, they're about the same. Handle width, overall size-wise, is pretty similar. Now, if you're going on pure weight, you know, obviously the Bug Out has the Para 3 beat. I think this is like 1.8 ounces, and this is 2.4. So if you're going for the latter option, you go for this. But overall features, I mean, they're pretty similar, and price-wise, this is the better option. So if you have to pick one or the other, there's a couple of things to consider. Pocket clips, I love them both on each. So yeah, but for a good lightweight option coming from Spyderco, I mean, this is definitely a great option. The other thing too is size-wise too, it compares already to a couple other Spydercos in their lineup. Spyderco Cat is just under the blade length, and I'd recommend that as like a budget option if you're looking for a Spyderco that isn't terribly heavy. But then also the Chaparral here. It is a thinner blade stock, not as robust, but at the same time it has a stronger, you know, the strong lock back. And there is a lightweight version of this that I intend to get at some point. And then that would be an even better comparison. But it is out there, and it does have the wire clip, which is always nice. But let's just compare them with some other blades then already. You got that. You got this. What else is a good? Heck, we'll throw this one up there just because that's another lightweight one, and we'll throw this one. So blade length-wise, you know, it competes with the Benchmade Bug Out. It is a little bit longer than all the other options on the table. The nice thing with this is, though it's light, it's still robust. The compression lock definitely locks it up nice. But you know, it is a FRN handle, so you're gonna want to handle it a little bit more carefully than you would with the regular Para 3 and G10. But you can see the blade thickness between the Chaparral and the Para 3. Bug out. Once again, blade thickness is bigger on the Spyderco. But these are both very, very good options. You can't go wrong with either one of those. Once again, blade thickness. So, I mean, you want a stronger blade, you definitely want to go with the Para 3. Then here's the Boker FR, which is both beautiful, beautiful knives, and definitely comparable in size. And great pocket clips. All right, so like I said before, I definitely do recommend this. I'm sure as time goes on, this is already a very popular seller. As time goes on, you're definitely going to want to keep it out for upgrades and steals or sprint runs. And color variations are always easy when they have an FRN handle like this. So keep your eyes out, because I know that there'll probably be more to come. So here we go. Traction, that bidirectional texturing does. I can feel it. You know, I can't slide up right now. I'm pushing and I can't slide up. But it definitely goes one way, and then trying to pull it, which is always nice, pulling it out of pocket to get your thumb gripped right on that texture. It's really nice. Champering feels good around the edges. And then the finger choil locks my hand in there pretty well. So I like the jimping on there and stuff. And yeah, definitely solid. As far as accessing the lock, the thumb hole is big enough and works well enough. Can even spider flick it with the glove. Honestly, definitely passes. Very strong pass. I'd say an A-. Just because the champering, the polymer here, it isn't G10, so it is kind of slick along the edges there. But the rest is rock solid, so definitely an A-. All right, guys, so there you have it. This is the legendary, or not legendary, but the very popular and soon-to-be legendary Para 3 in CTS BD1N. Definitely recommend it. Keep an eye out for sales. It's under $100. If you want a solid, good-working, lightweight Spyderco, this is the one you got to get. All right, guys, so thank you. Check out these other videos. Like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the subscribe button down there. And real quick, if there is another Spyderco that you want to see in a lightweight variation, what would it be? What other models do you want to see Spyderco make a lightweight version of? Leave that in the comments below. Thank you, and I'll see you outside. Peace.